Hey, it's been quite a while since I sat down here and talked to my camera. More specifically, 6 days. So why not, come back with an absolute banger? That was so freaking cringe. With an absolute, comeback. With doing a Straw Hat Verdict. It's been quite a while since I did that, to my belief. Um, so this one is something I should have done a long time ago. Like 2 years ago. Like I know I haven't like made this show 2 years ago, but I should have done it. So it's fine time to just just whip the condom off and just go all in and try and talk about the Our House. Um, so the Our House. Who me and my that's be a lot to digest, deconstruct there. Um, so Oh, by the way, yes, welcome to the Straw Hat Verdict. It's me, um, the the guy who hosts this other channel, one of the hosts of this channel. I mean this show. The other host will be in the description. He will be there too, so stay up with him too, because we are dueling this show like a freaking tag team it. So, back to the thing, Our House. Now, Our House is a Disney Channel show. So it's very similar to, shows like, I don't know, like Gravity Falls, Amphibia, you know, Breaking Bad. Not just joking. But that is what it is. It's a kids show. And I have to really keep in mind that Our House is a kids show. It's for little baby 7-year-old children. And it's good. I did like it. Back in my YouTube era, like about like a month ago, 3 months ago, my profile picture for this channel right here was Bellows, the main villain of the show, and he was drinking tea because I find that very funny and goofy, because I will say that he is one of my favorite characters from this show, Bellows, because I find him as like a villain, very interesting and very like just interesting, I can say. But let's get right into it. So this show is basically an isekai. I think that's how you say it. It's like when a person from like a different realm, freaking Mortal Kombat, travels to another realm. So right now, the main character of this show you follow is a weird girl, you can say, by the name of Luz Noseda. You follow her story, and then she finds this little shack. She was gonna go on like summer camp. I am gonna do the whole plot, I guess. I'll try to speed run it, see if my memory, because it has been like freaking a year or two since I've seen this show. So bear with me. Since I've seen season 3, actually. I'll get into everything, So it follows this lady called Luz Noceda. She's weird. It's no doubt that she is. You can say that. She even says it in the freaking show. So she has a very like she doesn't have a lot of friends at school, she has to go to like a summer camp thing. So while she's waiting outside, I think she saw her book. It was a book that she really liked, and she saw a little tiny owl take it, and obviously as she was just went after it, go into this little shack like a freaking EDP situation. That's a joke, by the way. And goes into the shack, finds a little door, goes into the door, and boom, it's there. It is. She's in the freaking Netherrealm. She's in the place called the Boring Isles, which is where all the magic happens, literally. And basically, all of season 1, I can say, is just character development. So for me, I think season 1 of this show wasn't as good, like for me, like it wasn't the best thing ever. It was, for me, I know this might sound weird, but I think for me, season 1 was a bit of a snooze fest, for me, because there's like filler episodes in there, and there's like, the story's kind of weird. It's very like kidsy, like very like childish, like woohoo-wee, like Star Wars Rebels, if you guys seen that show. Star Wars Rebels starts like a freaking kids show, or Samurai Jack. But obviously, the more like story builds up and all that, the more better it gets. And of course, Our House does that. But for me, the entirety of season 1 for me was just not the best thing. So it's just her, getting along with people, going, meeting Ida, the owl lady, who is like the most wanted man ever. It's like my freaking John Marston character from Audio 2 at the very end of the story. So she's really wanted. So, they befriend them, she has a pet named King, who is a freaking Titan, spoiler alert. And then just, Luz just gets she just gets along with the place, Ooh, ah, wow, yee, develops some, makes friends there, goes to a school named Hexside. After that, she develops a romantic relationship. And I'll get into the romantic thing, like, somewhere down the line of this video. But right now, plot. So, season 1 was pretty cool. I liked it. All the characters are nice, I guess. Luz, Willow, Gus, all the main 2 people that she befriends in this show. And then, it's crazy, it's just a normal, like, season 1, character development. It's fun, it's good, it just wasn't the best for me. So now we move on to season 2. So season 2 is like when, like, okay, everything's developed, we have the brass tacks here, this is like the objective, we can now extract into the mission, then we can, Call of Duty up in here. So, they do this, they establish like a little plot, like, okay, Belos boy, he bad, like, he no good, like, he should go bye-bye. And Belos as a villain, I like him a lot. This guy literally crushes up Palisman, and if you don't know what Palisman are, they are like the wand thing, like the little animal thing. Like, there's like a little, this looks freaking weird, there's like a little animal thing. Here, I'm playing with this. There's like a little animal thing, right? It's pretending it's this white thing, it's like an animal of some sort. And then there's like the little staff thing, yeah, that's the Palisman. So, what he does, and by the way, Palisman are freaking alive. He takes the Palisman, he crushes it, and then he like sniffs it and snorts it like he's snorting methamphetamine from freaking Heisenberg, out here like that. And it's crazy. This guy is manipulative as hell. He manipulating his nephew, I believe so, and his name is Hunter. So he has a very big character development as well. Not as big as like Amity, I guess, but it is pretty big. So he's manipulating him for some reason. There's a lot to digest in this show. It's gonna be very hard for me to do it, so I'm just gonna like go like, I guess, just like do a general overview. So, Luz, they just develop a friendship. They get a tech side. They do this. She develops She develops a romantic relationship with Amity, which is it's gonna be her girlfriend. So they do that thing. Bella's out here like freaking manipulating this guy. Ida is just being it's been a long time since I've seen this show, and it's very hard to just do a plot point for it. But overall, season 2 I really liked it, especially the ending of season 2. That's a very big looker. So after that, obviously, after plot goes on, now the group is humongous with, Luz, Ida, Willow, Gus, Amity, Hunter. Now it's gonna be in there. Even Amity's dad, because Amity's mom is a freaking dickhole, just a straight up like dickhole. She's like the freaking like Michael Bell of this show. Everybody hates her, nobody likes her. Even the actor hated her. That's season 2. Season 2, the ending was good. Bellows got that thing on, he took, the freaking Dave. Unity happened. They're out there fighting. They meet this guy named the Collector, and it's just, they're scared of him because this guy can like one tap Bellows with like a freaking pinky, freaking like boop, and then just like go sends him flying, like freaking, wee. It's just crazy. So the Collector is a freaking child, just wants to play games all day, like me for real. So he takes King. Luz tries to stop him. All her friends are saying, come on, come back. No, it's a human realm. This is where you belong. Go back there. Come on. What are you doing? So she's like, I'm not gonna leave you, no. And then boom, bam, into the human realm, knocking on the door like, man, come on. you know, just like that. So they're back in the human realm. Mom's back, you know, and then they have the thing here, season 3 being the best season, of course. That was probably the worst, absolute worst, like, plot I could have given for this thing. But for me, giving plot is so hard because there were so many elements on this show. Like, holy crap, there were like more elements in this show to like deconstruct all elements on the periodic table. It's a lot. So let's like take some show aspects of it. So story. I should have done this from the very beginning. So story. Story I think to me is okay. It's pretty good. Story it's okay. If you haven't like it's kind of, you know, all over the place and all that. I liked it. I won't give a summary of it because it has been a freaking while. All I know is that Bellows go bad. He wants to take over the Pointing Isles, take away wild magic, you know, that can go bye-bye. And then it's their job as like children to just stop him from doing that. So that's the story. It's good. I like it. Fight scenes. There were good fighting scenes in this show. They are really good actually. I might play like one fighting scene here real quick just to show you like what it looks like. Because these are like, you know, these are like top quality fight scenes. Like they're pretty freaking cool.
Oh, come on. Being nice usually works for loose.
Your stats are weird.
Yeah, pretty cool for a freaking kids show, am I right? So those are the fights. I think the fights are pretty entertaining and all that, as you can see. So it's crazy too. Let's like look at that fight a little bit. So you have a fight there between Hunter and Amity. They're fighting for the Titan blood because that's what do like the portal thingy. Because they want to prevent that from getting to Bellows because Bellows wants to go to the human world. The human realm, or whatever the freaking want to call it, the Earth realm, freaking Mortal Kombat. So they're out there fighting. So what's really cool here is that there was actually Easter egg in this fight. So this Easter egg right here is not an anime fight. Actually, it's an Avatar fight, like from Avatar: The Last Airbender. What's really cool to like digest the character real quick. Amity Blight, the pink hair lady in this fight, is actually the same voice actor as Katara from The Last Airbender, Avatar: The Last Airbender, of course. So if you like glimpse at it one more time, you can actually see like the little like bottle thingy where she stores like the it's called Abomination thingy, and it has like she has like a little palette of like Abomination juice in there, you know, to like take out and flow in it. And if you've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, that's exactly what Katara does. She has this little container of like water, and she can like take it out and use it to like bend, you know, to bend it and all that. And I think that's like a little cool Easter egg because there were a lot of Easter eggs in this show. And I advise you to watch it so you can see all of them. But that fight was good. I liked it. So another thing I want to talk about is characters. Characters are good. I like the characters. There's nothing bad, you know, in that. You know, all the characters that you're supposed to hate, you hate. All the characters you're supposed to like, you like. There weren't like any like bad characters on there. Now, obviously, I think the biggest thing about this, about character-wise, is that I think some characters need more screen time than some others. But that's just, you know, your preference and all that. So, to keep it short, lastly, let's talk about the romance. Now, the big thing about this show is that it is like the first Disney Channel show where the protagonist is part of the LGBTQ community. The protagonist, Luz Naceda, is a bisexual. So obviously in this show she develops a romantic interest with another female. So now that's like a lot of hatred for the show. It comes from that. And before we talk about that, let's talk about the hatred of Disney itself. Season 3 was cut off short by Disney, and everybody hated that. Everybody even hated it. Even freaking Dana Terrace, the creator of the show, hated that Disney cut off season 3 short. And you know what? I was pretty furious too. I'm like, wow, the frick is wrong with this? I wanted to like get up here, talk to my camera, and say, Disney, look at me into the face, slap it. You know, I'm the Will Smith. You know, I'm gonna slap you. And that was like a big thing about it. So season 3 was cut off short, sadly, and that was like the best season ever. So season 3 right there was like the best season. They had to make out a lot of time, but instead season 3 was split up into 3 different 45-minute specials. And Dana really said, you know what? If I have 45 minutes for each episode, I don't know if she has a country voice, then I'm gonna use every single 45 minutes of this episode. So episode 1 of season 3 starts off with like a very long intro, basically like a PowerPoint presentation. You know, not as bad as like freaking Promised Neverland, but it did like a little like skinny view of like what could have happened in season 3. You know, they like scan it. You know, plays a pretty long intro. It does it. Season 2, no intro, absolutely no intro. It just goes right into hog wild. You know, freaking let's get right to business. They do that. And then episode 3, there was not a single cut. Well, not a single, but there was not like a single like time frame in that movie where there was a black screen. Like it is fully 45 minutes. Like whatever the runtime is for the last episode of season 3, that's how much content you're gonna get, because there was not a single black screen in that show. Like no matter where you skip, like there was no intro to that show, there was no credits, and there was credits to the show, but it is playing everything. Like there was plot happening even in the credits, so they used their time wisely, and I very appreciate that. So now back to the romance. When it comes to the LGBTQ community, I respect them. You know, I know a lot of people who are part of that community, and they're nice, they're all that. And obviously there are some people who don't like it because it goes against the beliefs and all that, mostly Christians, if I can point. And most of the characters here are also part of the LGBTQ community. There aren't really a lot of straight guys, there's like straight people in here. So it's like a cool little turning point for Disney. Obviously, you know, people just don't like this show because it's just all of it's LGBTQ community. I don't really care if a show is like that. I don't care, you know, freaking anthropomorphic, you know, I can't say the word, you know what I mean, freaking furries, you know, I don't really care, you know, who the characters, you know, what they are, who they are, why they are, you know, as long as a show is good, as long as it makes me happy, as long as it's like entertaining, that is all that matters for me. So with it being like this, I try, you know, it's good, it's all that. Now obviously when it comes to the LGBTQ community, I have my, you know, supports, and I also have my disbeliefs. I'm not gonna get into that. But obviously I don't really care. You can be whoever you want. My belief in this entire universe when it comes to society is that as long as you don't physically hurt me, as long as you don't physically hurt people, as long as you don't mentally hurt people, and as long as you don't like freaking do like a cult thing where you like brainwash people into joining your action thingy, you're fine. You can do whatever you want. As long as you don't hit those 3 things and all that, you're fine. Or even use that, or make it your entire personality, or use it as an advantage to get your way. You know, because there are people out there who I know, they use them being gay or lesbian or whatever to get advantage out of people, and that's bad. That sucks. That's really bad, you know. Or they make being gay or lesbian or whatever being their type of personality, and obviously when you make things your type of personality, that has negative outcomes on your social life. So, you know, I have a lot of, you know, it's obviously there are other things I don't like about the community and all that, but there are most of it, like the brass tacks of this entire thing is that I support them, I respect them, You know, if there was like one thing I can say about that is questioning me is the flags and all that. I think there being flags of you like sexuality and all that isn't really necessary in my opinion. You know, I don't like freaking pitchforks at me and like say, wow, what the frick are you saying, my dude? No, that's just my belief and all that. But back to the show. Don't wanna get into that. But back into the show. Overall, Our House is good. It's really nice. It's a good show. Season 1 could have been better. Season 2 was good. Season 3 was the best thing I ever saw. Like freaking amazing, amazing show. And before I get my rating, there was one question that people should question themselves like once they make it to the end of the show. Will Luz ever find out what the frick was on Aries' pink paper when during that Guam scene? You think she'll ever find out? So giving out this show, this may be surprising to some of my personal friends and close friends, but for the Our House, I'm giving this show a good 7 out of 10. It's not it's not the perfect show. It's not like Breaking Bad level where it sends me into like a different multiversal transcendence, freaking Doreen man, levitating like this, just no. It's a good decent show. It was amazing. Obviously, the best parts of the show was season 3 and all that. I loved it a lot. I might even watch it again. That's what it is because it was a pretty good show, but a good 7 out of 10 is a good score for it. I think so. So thank you so much for listening. If you made it this far, you have a very good attention span. And yeah, get the frick out of here.